So, Venus as your Atmakaraka in the 10th house. Okay. And as you know, when a planet becomes the Atmakaraka, it has a little bit more of a role than it originally would in your particular horoscope. So, Venus, is holding the highest degree, meaning it is the planet that is closest to the 30th degree point. Okay. It is the one that is the highest, closest to the 30th degree compared to other planets. So that's your Atmakaraka, which is a planet that is here to help you burn off your karmas of your soul. There's something connected with that planet. There's like this pending karma with that planet. And obviously, Venus, as you know, represents the wife, spouse, women in general, negotiations, contracts. Venus is diplomacy. Venus is luxury. Venus is love. Venus is devotion. So as the Atmakarka in the 10th house, it's funny. I actually even had somebody Venus as the Atmakarka in the 10th house, and they were actually retrograde Venus. And this person wants to be in UN. They want to be like a civil rights attorney for the UN. And you can clearly see why. Because when Venus is retrograde, it's love. It becomes extraordinary love. So retrograde Venus has the Atmakarka saying, I am wanting to give, but I'm not going to give it to one person, to my spouse, to my boyfriend, to my girlfriend. I'm giving it to the entire world. It is like, just imagine the power of Venus times 10. Okay. And so here, Venus being in the 10th house, because it was retrograde. And of course, it was with Saturn. So obviously, we see that during this particular time or during this particular alignment, I think no, Saturn was trying, if I'm not mistaken. They want to deal with the problems of the world. Like Venus wants to deal with the hurdles. It wants to give its duty, commitment, sacrifice. That's why. So Venus has the Atmakarka in the 10th house. A person you will see can make a great attorney, can make a great lawyer. Like one is here to negotiate between two parties. Venus as the Atmakarka in the 10th house shows that a person has some unfinished karma connected with doing something for society, especially women, girls. And usually you also see that Venus as the Atmakarka in the 10th house will become excellent like fashion designer and somebody who does something in the world of creativity and media, because that is that unfulfilled desires. Like a person really wants to be out there appreciated for the work they have done. Venus being in the 10th house as the Atmakarka obviously showed that a person is going to be responsible for their spouse's career somehow. Like the person will have to deal with the responsibility of spouse's career. Like somehow, some way, either you're going to be working with your spouse, somehow, some way you're going to be involved with your spouse and their profession. Okay. Part of one's Atmakarka is that a person has to solve a lot of issues in father's family, paternal lineage. Maybe you have paternal lineage, maybe people are there or not, but if you do, then yeah, you're going to be the one who's going to be solving these particular problems and issue in your father's family. And the other thing we also see that when Venus is in the 10th house, no matter how easy the life is of a person, no matter how much money the family has, the person has to work. In order to gain their wealth and money, person has to go outside the home and work. Like actually, even physically going outside. You can't just be like, okay, let me work from home. Everybody's on social media, everybody's doing something, let me work from home. No, for you to succeed, you have to go out there in the world. And literally, you have to interact with the world. You can't just be like, no, I'm not going to interact with the world. I'm just going to go outside and do my thing privately. Venus is going to make you. Venus is here for others. Okay, as the Atmakarka, wherever the planet as the Atmakarka is, most of the time that house is not for you. That's for other people to enjoy that house through you. Okay. And usually you will see that a person is always with Atma Karka Venus in the 10th house is always trying to perfect their career, perfect the environment of their career, wanting to make their office look beautiful, wanting to make their office look great. Like they're wanting to beautify the place that they're working at. Okay. But again, like I said, when the planet is retrograde, Okay. Then in that case, a planet will naturally give, is here to give. Like you don't have to teach a person to give something, they will give. Like Jupiter retrograde, whether it's exalted or not, person will do too much for other people. They feel good when they're doing something for other people. Okay. So Venus in the 10th house as the Atmakaraka, the biggest karma that you're here to burn is somehow will be connected with women, somehow will be connected with the spouse, somehow will be connecting two parties together who are in disagreement. Maybe it has nothing to do with your career, but that was your biggest thing that you would end up doing as part of in part as in part of your life. Okay. But such a person, especially when Venus is somehow connected with Moon, connected with Jupiter, you will see like somehow there's an unfulfilled creative career. There's an unfulfilled, work that a person wanted to do in one of their previous life that they just couldn't finish it, and they're here to finish that creative artistic work. Okay. So this was my alignment for Venus as the Atma Karka in the 10th house. Once I get back, because right now I'm out. I'm like way out in north of United States. So I'm doing some photography here. But anyway, we'll be back in our studio starting next week. Thank you.